Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here, and it's time to boom some features. We're going to show some Task Force replays from Stone Penguins over the last 3 days, and we've got a massive attack and 2 dead ends to choose from. Let's go have a look. First replay I wanted to show you guys from Massive Attack. Do Massive Attack every Sunday here at Stone Penguins. And we have a minimum boost of 7 offensive statues. So here we go, Bhuv's got pretty decent boost going there, and he's got 96 max supers. See how he went. So Massive Attack has pretty decent defensive boosts. Everything's got crazy health, crazy damage per second, and there's quite a few defenses on the map if you haven't noticed. Here we go, he's just clearing up some fuel cells. It's a little bit more GBE, and then he doesn't want to take away that anchor, so he only takes those front 3. And then he gets that walk going on. Leads to his final spot. Smokes in. A little bit of a peak there. He loses the delay on the shock launches, so he's going to be really quick on that shock. And then he gets the other 2 shocks off as well. Hammering the core, re-shock, critter. And that's pretty much as good as you're going to get. And that's over a third of the core. Awesome hit from Bhuv. So that was the opening hit on Phobos, and it took 3 more attacks. Next one I wanted to show you guys was from Barb. My new Barb. Here we go. Callisto. Got a really good boost going. 110% group damage and 208 QBE. Maxed out landing craft and Zookas and Warriors, sorry. Let's have a look at Callisto. So someone's already taken out these. Someone's done a Gren attack across the beach, taking out all these fuel cells and using all that GBE to take out these rocket launchers. I think that might have taken more than 1 attack, because everything has such high hit points. And then these rocket launchers at the top were supposed to be snuck, but obviously didn't go as planned. Let's see what Barb's going to do. Oh! Those aren't warriors. Uh-oh. That was a lot of flares. Uh-oh. That's not a flare though. Healing up that boom cannon. Making sure it's got enough health to be our anchor for the warriors. He flares across. Smokes her a little bit off again. Loses a couple more warriors. Oh! Loses a few more warriors. Oh, this is rough, buddy. Gets up to where he was obviously planning on getting. He must be running short on GBE by now. He's fired quite a few flares. 1 shot. They only had a GBE for 1 shot. Did a little bit of damage to that rocket launcher. Oh! Tough break, buddy. Really disheartening seeing someone just obviously misclicking something. Thought he had warriors loaded, but it was a flare. So the next one's from Dead End. We've got Apod and I'm Legend. Apod takes the first hit, he's level 57. Doesn't quite have max landing craft yet, he's got 96 Zookas. Pretty decent DD and GBE split. Take a look. Clearing some mines. And nice flare landing. Timing of those flags are pretty good. Nice grouped Zookas. He just trims a couple of these mines here. Being a good dude for the next guy. Flares up. really well spaced smokes, no gaps. And then he manages to find one of the only spots on the map that has a gap up there. So if you flare anywhere else, you're going to hit a fuel cell. And he had the late tag on the rocket launchers just to make sure that they were going to get targeted. Probably wouldn't have bothered personally because they're the 4 closest defenses, so it doesn't matter if they're tagged or not. And then that flare into the top corner, you can see it hit the fuel cell. There's no gaps up there. That's gathering GBE, and he's got that GBE heading over to the machine guns. Then he re-smokes. Take them out. Good use of repositioning so that he only has to use 2 shocks. Critters to distract. He's just clearing out a good position at 12 o'clock for the next person. Nice work, Apod. Great clear up. The next hit was shortly after that. I'm Legion. Few Zukas, bit of a lower level player, but he does a really good job. Here he goes. To speed up the approach, pretty similar to Apod, a little bit messier. And then he flares into that corner which hits the fuel cell. You can see they're going to spread. Not an issue here, but if you could try and smoke because it's a rocket launcher around, then it's going to be an issue. Has to re-flare here so that they target that power core. And then he's just using GBE to shock that mortar and boom cannon. Keep the biggest amount of damage per second alive for as long as possible. And then he'll obviously running out of GBE, so they start to trim his ladies. These critters are contributing a lot. They're the real MVPs, really. I mean, if that fuel cell hadn't gone, who knows what would have happened? We'll never know. So, nice work, I'm Legion. There's a good 2-hit from Apod and I'm Legion. Quick charge on dead end. Check out Ninkid's attack. Here we go, complex. Check you out. The hot landing zone. Have a quick look. Hot landing zone. So he's gonna have to smoke the landing. All these rocket launchers are gone. They're not any issue. Just gonna be these 4 rocket launchers and this shock launcher in range of 1 o'clock, I believe. Be the finishing zone right up there. Got a nice flare. Speed it up because it's a bit of a long walk. Nice smokes. You got to make sure they're low enough. Some people will put the smokes too high and the Zukas flare in underneath. Lost the delay there, but it's no dramas. Beautiful smoke gapping. Just enough to overlap. Now slow it down here just to show you. So if you pay attention to a shock launcher and the Zukas, you'll see that one of the Zukas peaks there on the right and the shock launcher targets it. So he's lost the delay on there. So if he was going for a flash kill, he'd have to abandon that and shock the shock launcher. Because as soon as that shock launcher sees the Zuka, it's gonna fire basically. So he's got his flare right up in that corner. Smokes a bit far over to the right. Going on here, so he's re-smoking. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Boom. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry, Ninkid. It was a great walk, man. It was a great walk. And everything hammers in. And I think he just tried to shock his own Zukas. Tough luck, Ninkid. Next one on another dead end, and we've got Sambo going for the second attack on Centaur. Have a look. So first attack took out those shield generators and some defenses. So this is not very much room to fit 8 landing craft. I'd usually give myself a bit more room. It also gives you a bit more time. But he managed to squeeze them all in. And then because he's flaring around the corner, they all group up nicely anyway. But you want to be careful with that. Because if you imagine this landing craft, if it didn't fit, it would have gone over there, which would have just ruined the spacing. Okay, let's speed this up while we just clear out these boom cannons, using the critters to just take out those single shot defenses, or distract, I mean. Then we got the reflare and smoke. This is just a great use of his time and GBE. Managed to take out all of those shield generators, which has taken the rest of the shield off. And then he's flared up into a really good spot. Take out a rocket launcher. Go, flares on. Critter, shock. Takes out that rocket launcher. Doesn't hang around for too long. 3 flares, 3 smokes. Starts running out of GBE by now because he's done quite a lot already. Takes out that rocket launcher. And that mortar's pretty much done. So great attack from Sambo. Just making use of every ounce. And it was taken down in the next attack because of their great setup. So that was Centaur in 3. Next one we're going to look at is Blue Barracuda, also known as Eeyore because of his personality. So he's just clearing some mines, already got rid of these rocket launchers, and starting his flare, landing now. Pretty nice. Deploying them a little bit early so they're not as grouped up as they could be, but it's no biggie. And he's grouping them up perfectly, anchoring them by those machine guns. You can see there's quite a lot of damage on the core already. Had a few sneaks. Blue's not going to make the same mistake as the guy before him who was too far to the right and got pinched by these rocket launchers on the right. He's got those 3 shocks off, and he hasn't even shocked these guys. Doesn't even care. And because of that, his first shot was with all the Zookas, second shot with half of them, third with only a quarter left. Did you see that? He's just using artillery to take out his Zookas. Eeyore. Just to make sure that all of his Zookas died. Nice. Keeping it classy. Alright, and for the final attack, Apod made a second video. Made it for a second time in this video. So here's Apod again. I think last attack he had 96 Zookas. Wonder why he's only got 40 on this one. So what happened was we were right at the end of the operation. Apod had all Scorchers loaded for a later attack that was planned in Torrent, but because we were down to the right at the end, we were going for farming instead. So Scorchers were no good. He switched to Zookas about 20 minutes from the end. So he had loaded 40 Zookas by then, and he was planning on diamonding them before he went in, but he got caught up in the excitement. So he only launches with about 5 Zookas on each boat. Apod. That's not all your Zookas. Stop trying to save gold on us. I know your plans. Trying to save gold on us. Gold and diamonds because you loaded Zookas. Because you loaded Scorches. Try and skimp out on the team, buddy. Come on. Alright, let's speed this up. Pretty nice spacing on the smokes. Gotta watch out for that splash damage on the Doom cannons since the update. And he gets up in a nice spot. Uses some critters and some shocks. And just clears a few. Running out of Zookas. Doesn't help when you start with 40, but running out. And then because we were running low on time, we make sure that Zooka dies. So he's making sure that there's not one Zooka just shooting for like 2 minutes while someone else could be getting in. No one else turned up, so kind of didn't help, but he was trying. That's 40 Zookas. Oh dear. Alright, so that'll do it for today. Comment below for which attack was your favorite. Give the appropriate compliments and banter depending on the attack that you're talking about. Make sure it's relevant. And give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. And be sure to subscribe for more Boom Beach.